Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
After all the controversies in the last few days surrounding the release of her book, Governor Noem has suspended her book tour. Both CNN and Fox report Noem has canceled appearances.
As with any book tour, Governor Noem did a lot of talking over the past few days. Some of those comments caught our attention. On several shows, Noem repeatedly touted her political experience.
I think you need to remember, Margaret, and everybody needs to remember that I've worked on ag policy and federal policy for over 30 years. My time in serving and making policies in this country has been extensive and covered decades. You know, I've traveled for years. I've been involved in policy for almost 30 years.
If Noem is 52 years old, that means she was 22 when she was, in her words, shaping policy, as she told Fox News.
Noem's political career began 17 years ago when she was elected as a state lawmaker in Pierre. She hit the national stage 13 years ago when she won a seat in Congress.
Meanwhile, another Native American tribe in South Dakota has banned Noem from their land. The Sisseton Wahpeton Sioux Tribal Council passed a resolution Tuesday to ban Noem from the Lake Traverse Reservation. Chairman J. Garrett Renville says the decision comes from the broader public.
Altogether, there are 5 tribal reservations in which Noem is no longer allowed to enter, which accounts for nearly 17% of the state's land. This is an area larger than the state of Maryland. In addition, Noem is also barred from parts of North Dakota since the Standing Rock and Lake Traverse reservations stretch through 2 states. You can see more on this in a KELOLAND.com original by Jacob Newton. Turning now to weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Maybe a few more showers out there today, Scott?
Yeah, a couple of scattered showers, mainly for this morning. We'll see if anything redevelops as we do go into the afternoon. If that happens, it's like a 20% chance for it to happen, and it won't last long. In the meantime, temperatures today will reach the 60s. Some of us may get close to 70. 68 are forecast highs in Pierre, Chamberlain, and Winter. Mobridge coming in at 70, 68 in Aberdeen. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. And while it looks and feels like spring across most of South Dakota, parts of the Black Hills are seeing snow. The Pennington County Sheriff's Office shared these photos of the conditions during Tuesday's rescue mission in the western part of the county. Officials say the snow was a foot deep and the winds were 70+ miles an hour.
A Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School senior is in the driver's seat of a brand new Ford Bronco Sport. He won it yesterday during a special drawing that rewarded students for perfect attendance. Now Nate Bathke will get to take it to SDSU next fall.
Like I get a free car almost, you know? I mean, like I don't have to worry about having to drive my car up there. I can just leave it here and stuff. So I mean, it's freaking awesome.
O'Gorman High School says more than 70% of its students had 5 or fewer absences in each class during the entire first semester.
Well, there are around 10,000 teachers in the state of South Dakota, and 5 of them have been awarded Regional Teachers of the Year. Erin Reef is the Region 2 winner. The Brandon Valley art teacher has invested many years into the lives of students.
This is about my 13th year. I've been teaching 22 years. Previous to Brandon Valley, I was in Fargo area. I taught at a middle school and a high school up there. And in the Brandon Valley School District, I have taught 3 years at this middle school position. And then I taught at Brandon Elementary for 9 years.
Reef has taken initiative to bring the students and community together through a fine arts night in Brandon. Her students say she lights up the room. Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, well, as we recap the events yesterday, we did end up with a tornado report around Cavour, south of Cavour actually, about 4:15 yesterday afternoon. Technically speaking, it was a land spout. I know, kind of in the tornado family, non-traditional tornado spin up. Didn't last very long. No reports of damage with that, but definitely confirmed that. Some rainfall totals, a lot of variations on the weather maps. Anywhere in the green, is basically a half an inch or more. Some heavier swaths ended up going east of Sioux Falls, near Laverne or just east of there toward Ellsworth, Minnesota. Across the border, northwest Iowa, there's quite a bit of rain. Sibley, Ocheyedan, amounts of 1 to 1.5 inches, pretty common. Of course, that's adding more to the flooding in the Little Sioux River Basin, too. And then northeastern South Dakota. We've been hearing more about Grant County. They've had a lot of rain the last few days and more yesterday. Another local 1 to 2 inches worth there from Waubay to just west of Millbank. So bottom line is there are folks now that need to dry out. I know, we've kind of changed our verbiage, haven't we, a little bit here after some wet weather the past few weeks. Not everybody's that wet, but certainly those patches are out there. Today, showers primarily in southern Kettleland, and this is actually shifting to the south and to the west. So do not expect that rain to move back into Sioux Falls. I think actually Sioux Falls is probably in the clear here. Mid to upper 60s for a high. I can't rule out a couple of isolated pop-up thunder showers or showers late in the afternoon in southern and southwestern South Dakota. That's on that picture there. But by and large, the pattern is definitely starting to change here. We'll pick up a northwest wind tomorrow. Temperatures into the low 70s for many of us. You notice there are a couple of spots on radar in central Minnesota tomorrow afternoon, but the moisture looks to be pretty limited. And a really nice weekend is ahead. Mother's Day weekend, I would expect 70s, even near 80 on Sunday in Sioux Falls. 64 today, Valentine. We're still tracking some of that rain in the south central and the southwest, and that's why the highs there are a little bit cooler in that direction. Mid-70s in Sioux Falls by Saturday, 80 on Sunday, mid-70s Monday, Tuesday. Will we get some more rain next week? Well, yeah, the chances there Tuesday. I would even say Sunday night there may be some widely scattered showers, but the thing to remember here is that this pattern is a little different. It's coming out of the northwest. That tends to lead to more scattered rain, not the soaking widespread rains we've had lately in parts of eastern and, well, areas of Kettleland. I'll just put it that way. We've had even heavier rains in the west. Now, Aberdeen, you're on the same track here. You're going to warm up mid to upper 70s for the weekend. We'll keep those 70s at least through early next week. Pierre, central South Dakota, big warm up as well. And notice the extended period of drier weather. So I think a lot of planting is going to get going and really rev up here across the region. Rapid City, a sorely needed warm-up is coming. 73 Saturday, 75 Sunday, 77 on Monday. Check out more details at kettleland.com.